Starting small and growing into a global sensation, Uber's completely changed the way we travel. Ever wondered how this ride-hailing giant took over the world by revolutionizing our daily commutes? Uber's success birthed a diverse range of ride-sharing apps, spawning an entirely new industry. Along the way, Uber expanded its services, introducing Uber Eats, Menulog, and more. But what's the story behind it all? Getting started with the original idea. Well, in the bustling year of 2008, during a Paris conference, Travis Kalanick and Garrett Camp faced the frustrating challenge of finding a cab. This realization sparked the idea that simplifying transportation could be a game changer. Initially, they envisioned a timeshare limo service where luxury sedans would be shared among multiple owners. Upon Camp's return to San Francisco, he delved deeper into the idea and even secured the domain name ubercab.com. Joined by friends Oscar Salazar and Conrad Whelan, they diligently crafted the first Uber cab prototype by mid-2009. Camp eventually approached Kalanick, inviting him to join the venture. In early 2010, Uber Cab took its initial test run with just 3 cabs in New York, and by May of the same year, it was officially launched in San Francisco. Moving on to see how Uber evolved during its early years. So Uber started as a company aiming to be above all the rest, hence its name, and Ryan Graves played a crucial role in the early days as CEO. However, in 2010, Travis Kalanick took over as CEO, while Graves became the general manager. The success of Uber is credited to its user-friendly app, allowing people to easily order rides, pay with registered cards, and identify locations via GPS. In terms of funding, Uber secured $1.3 million in 2010 from first-round capital, followed by $11 million in 2011 led by Benchmark, enabling them to expand across major US cities and internationally in Paris. The company achieved a significant milestone at the 2011 Le Web conference, raising $37 million in Series B funding from Menlo Ventures, Jeff Bezos, and Goldman Sachs. This financial boost paved the way for Uber to introduce UberX in 2012, a more affordable option featuring hybrid cars, expanding its services even further. Well, before getting any further into the discussion, let us unveil their business and revenue model. So Uber transparently operates as a ride-hailing platform, connecting passengers with independent drivers who use their own vehicles. Instead of owning cars, Uber takes a commission, initially 25% from each fare. However, there have been reports of potential hidden charges, increasing the effective rate. Their revenue mainly comes from customer trip commissions, averaging 20 to 30% of the fare charged by drivers. During busy periods, Uber may implement surge pricing, raising prices based on passenger demand. Let's now get a bit deeper into the phenomenon called Uberization to eye certain peaks and valleys over the years. Back in July 2015, Uber skyrocketed to success, becoming the most valuable startup with a staggering $51 billion valuation. It was riding high, securing an extra $3.5 billion in funding from Saudi Arabia in June 2016. But things took a turn in April 2017 when the company's financial woes were exposed. Uber revealed a massive global loss of $3.8 billion for 2016, even after selling off its Chinese business. As a result, the once impressive valuation of $68 billion plummeted to a more modest $48 billion in 2017. SoftBank and other investors then swooped in to buy a 20% stake at a discounted price, making SoftBank a valuable partner for Uber in Asia. During this turbulent time, Uber faced various challenges, including accidents with its self-driving vehicles and regulatory issues in New York City. In May 2019, Uber went public in a highly anticipated IPO. However, things did not go as expected, and the company suffered the biggest first-day dollar loss in US IPO history. Initially, financial experts valued Uber at a mind-blowing $120 billion, but the IPO settled at around $69 billion, only half of the lofty expectations. However, despite the setbacks, Uber remained a major player in the ride-hailing industry, navigating through ups and downs while striving to regain its former glory. Time to see some of Uber's acquisitions and other business ventures. Aside from its core ride-hailing app, Uber derives a significant part of its revenue from various services and investments. One of its successful ventures is Uber Eats, a food delivery app launched in 2015. In July 2020, Uber acquired Postmates, another food delivery service, to strengthen its position in the market. In 2022, they introduced UberX Share, allowing customers to share rides with others, offering cost savings. Moreover, Uber invested in Lime, an electric scooter rental company giving users access to scooters via the Uber app for convenient city travel. While Uber made efforts in self-driving cars, they eventually sold the division, Uber Advanced Technologies Group, to Aurora in late 2020. However, they continued exploring autonomous vehicles through a partnership with Motional, announcing a robo-taxi service in Las Vegas in December 2022. This service aims to pave the way for future ride-hailing and delivery options on the Uber network in major US cities. Recently, Domino's stock price surged over 5% after announcing a partnership with Uber for delivery through the Uber Eats app. The move aims to expand Domino's reach and boost sales. The partnership should help Uber gain new users and expand its food delivery market share. Let's now talk about the Uber culture controversy, Kalanick out and Khosrowshahi in. 2017 was definitely a turbulent year for Uber. It all started with a brave female former engineer who shed light on the company's sexist culture in a powerful blog post. That post went viral and it caused quite a stir, leading to the departure of several high-level employees implicated in the allegations. The board took action and launched the Holder investigation, led by former U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder, which resulted in various recommendations to improve the work environment and culture at Uber. But the troubles didn't end there. More scandals followed, with letters confirming that even the company's CEO, Kalanick, was involved in promoting sexist attitudes. And let's not forget that unfortunate video of him arguing with an Uber driver about fares. Ouch. The tipping point came when a shareholder revolt forced Kalanick to resign in June 2017. And who stepped in to take the reins? Dara Khosrowshahi, the former CEO of Expedia. Khosrowshahi's background in finance and experience as Expedia CEO made him a solid choice for the top spot. And so, Khosrowshahi remains the CEO of Uber, hopefully leading the company toward a better, more inclusive future. Time will tell how he guides Uber through these rough waters. However, if we take the challenges and scandal into account, there's definitely more to it. Let's see. Uber's expansion has been met with significant resistance from the taxi industry and government regulators. To counter this opposition, the company brought on board David Plouffe, a seasoned political and corporate strategist from Barack Obama's 2008 campaign. One major challenge Uber faced was the backlash against surge pricing, where prices surged during high-demand periods. This led to public outrage and protests by taxi drivers in cities like London, Berlin, Paris, and Madrid, claiming unfair competition. Uber also encountered issues with fair pay and driver benefits. In New York, it mistakenly charged drivers commissions based on pre-tax earnings, costing them millions. Questions arose about tax fairness, with driver advocacy groups alleging that Uber was avoiding taxes at drivers' expense. Furthermore, Uber faced claims of discrimination and harassment. The company settled a lawsuit in 2018, paying over $7 million to employees who alleged gender discrimination and a hostile work environment. Even customers face discrimination, with an arbitrator ordering Uber to pay $1.1 million to a blind customer who experienced multiple abuses from drivers. Despite these challenges, Uber continued to navigate the regulatory landscape, with some legal victories and defeats, and grapple with issues concerning worker classification and company culture. Finally, let's see, how's Uber doing today, and what about its future plans? Well, with more than 8 million users, 1 billion Uber trips, 160,000 plus people driving for Uber across 449 cities in 66 countries, and a market cap of $95.94 billion, Uber is the fastest growing startup as of now, standing at the top of its game. While ride-hailing remains Uber's core focus, CEO Dara Khosrowshahi envisions a future beyond cars. They aim to add buses and trains to their services, with a pilot project already underway in Denver. Uber Elevate, an aerial ride-sharing system, is also in their long-term plans. Uber is determined to be true partners with cities and has a promising future ahead. Well, even after more than a decade since its inception, Uber remains a highly watched and rapidly expanding company. However, it still grapples with the challenge of achieving profitability, particularly within its fundamental ride-hailing operations. So, have you ever tried an Uber ride? Before signing off, let us know about your experience with this incredible ride-hailing giant. Well, this brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Until next time, stay tuned and don't miss anything on BizBuzz.